What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Tuesday, February 14th, 2023, Valentine's Day and Taco Tuesday. No red velvet taco today, unfortunately. Prize Picks did not go that route. But happy Valentine's Day to you all, and happy Taco Tuesday to you all. Let's talk about some of these games. We got a pretty full board. We are missing some Golden State Warriors and some Celtics reserves, and I think every other team is represented on the board. So let's start with some quick injury news coming out of Boston. We got Jason Tatum, who is doubtful, probably will not play in today's game. Now that's Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Jason Tatum out, possibly out, but more than likely out. We have questionable Robert Williams and Grant Williams. If they sit, you are looking at a lineup of reserves. You got Brogdon coming back, Derek White playing tons of minutes. He just played 40 minutes against Memphis. He'll probably have to play 40 again tonight. Sam Hauser, I'm sure, will be in the lineup. Luke Cornett, Al Horford. I don't even know who's coming off the bench. They might have to run like a 7 to 8 man rotation tonight. So just by default, a lot of these reserves are going to be in good spots. There's Al Horford now put on the board. So you have Horford and White representing the Boston Celtics. I think White's PRA went up from 29.5 to 30.5, which makes sense. If it didn't, then I'm seeing things. Then just disregard that last comment. And then some news possibly coming out of Golden State, because we've seen some dramatic drops in the Los Angeles Clippers and some of their prop lines. For instance, Kawhi Leonard's points dropped from 25.5 or 26.5 to 22.5. Paul George dropped from 22.5 points to 21.5. Terrence Mann PRA dropped from 17.5 to 16.5. So that tells me that there could be some rest, load management type things coming out of Golden State. Maybe we don't see Draymond or Clay or both. Either way, it's going to open up a lot of minutes for some of these reserves. Dante DiVincenzo sees more run. Ty Jerome. Do we see more Kuminga and Moody? Wiggins should see a big bump. I don't believe Gary Payton II is available for tonight's game. So a lot to look out for in that game. And we also, let me just double check this real quick. We also, along with some Celtics not being on the board, hopefully they post more. They just posted Porzingis' lines, but that is the only Washington Wizard that is available to us. And then no Golden State. So not all teams are represented on the board, but that's not going to stop us. Let's kick this off. Sacramento and Phoenix. We're going to make this quick because we did talk a lot about this game yesterday. A couple of additional props that stood out to me today. Thank you, Darius, right, for dropping that comment in the comments over my last video. Darius said he was locking in De'Aaron Fox's free throw attempts over 4.5, and then Giannis's assists over 5. Got me looking into De'Aaron Fox over free throws, because we already like De'Aaron Fox over on his points when we liked him over on his assists. But I mentioned yesterday, because this prop wasn't available to us, that if we can get his rebounds and assists in that 10 to 10.5 range, I would like it. I would love it if it was in that range. It's a little higher than I thought it was going to be. However, De'Aaron Fox can do this. De'Aaron Fox has been rebounding the ball very well lately. He's also been dishing out his fair share of assists. Combining these two stats give you more upside versus playing the individual rebound and assist line. But let's talk about De'Aaron Fox's free throws now. De'Aaron Fox has been making quite a few trips to the charity stripe over his last few games, and he's playing against a Phoenix team that likes to foul. So over the last 3 games, Phoenix is averaging 22.3 fouls per game. Why is that important? Well, because they're putting people on the line a lot. In the game versus Brooklyn, Phoenix fouled the crap out of Cam Thomas 20 times, okay? Or not 20 times, but he shot 20 free throws, okay? So that's 10 times. 10 fouls on Cam Thomas combined, right? 10 times is 20 trips, 20 shots. 18, 19, 23, 27 free throws made by this Brooklyn team. The Atlanta game, Trae Young had like 87 free throw attempts. 12, 11 of 12, 13, 17, 18, 21. 21 free throws made by this Atlanta team. De'Aaron Fox has been visiting the foul line a lot. That's Scotty Barnes. Let's try it again. De'Aaron Fox has been visiting the foul line a lot. There you go. 14 and 14 over his last two. It's going up. Ascension. 9, 10, 14, 14. We need him to make 5 against the team that fouls a lot. Boom. I like this. I like this prop a lot. I like it with his points, and I like it with his rebounds and assists. Let's talk a little bit about Domantas Sabonis. Over assists today. Quietly having a very, very good season. Dishing out assists. We know him for his rebounds and points. But his assist line is minus 125 to go over. Over his last 10 games, he's giving you 5. And over his last 5, he's giving you 5. But against Phoenix, the last time these two teams met, he dished out 10. I think that has a lot to do with DeAndre Ayton being in the middle, being in the paint, maybe forcing Sabonis into more assist opportunities. I like this for Sabonis. I also like his rebounds. Rebounds are a little higher than I thought they'd be, 12.5. He only got 9 last game versus the Phoenix Suns. But minus 130 odds look really good. We talked about how you can hurt this team through the play of your guards and then on the boards. Centers versus Phoenix the last few games doesn't look great, right? I get it. Forwards versus Phoenix over the last few games, 13 for Nick Claxton. We're looking at bigger rebound props, not these little bitty rebound props. 11 for Chris Boucher, 12 for Precious Achiuwa. They soared over their rebound prop. I mean, I like it. I like Sabonis over rebounds. I like him over assists. And if you like those two, then why not look into his rebounds and assists, which the line is very sharp. You're not really getting a discount in terms of a discrepancy here. Because he needs 13, he needs 7, that's 20, he needs 20 here. But what you are locking in is the fact that if Sabonis falls short on his rebounds, let's say he only grabs you 12 instead of 13, but then he goes over on his assists and gets you 8 assists and 12 rebounds, he still hits this prop. If you play his rebound prop alone and he only gets you 12, you don't get that. If you play his assist line alone and he only gets you 6, you don't get that. So combining the two gives you more upside, greater opportunity to hit that prop. So that's what I like for Sabonis in this game. Kevin Huerter. Have you heard of Huerter? Over 14.5 points. Over 21.5 rebounds, points, rebounds, and assists. Over 3.5 rebounds. Why do I like this dude? Because Malik Monk is not playing in this game. And in 2 games this season, without Malik Monk in the lineup, Kevin Huerter has put in work. He has put in work. No, Kevin Huerter can't play if Kevin Huerter's not available. There you go. 2 games versus LA and Dallas. 6 and 8 rebounds in those 2 games. Points. 17 and 15 points in those 2 games. PRA. 26 and 28. Kevin Huerter in those 2 games, he is averaging 14.5 shots over those 2 games, and he's giving you 16 points. An average of 16 points in each of those 2 games. I like Kevin Huerter's props over Harrison Barnes and over Keegan Murray. I looked into these already. I just like Kevin Huerter's odds more than those two other guys. So Kevin Huerter is a guy that I look to along with Sabonis and Fox today. So those are my three Kings. On the Phoenix side, I like Booker. I know everyone's looking at DeAndre Ayton's rebounds, and you can go there. That's cool. But I like Booker under his fantasy. I like Booker under his points. And first time my phone has ever rang during a video. Maybe I should put it on Do Not Disturb. There you go. So Booker under points, Booker under fantasy, but I like him over his points or his rebounds and assists because we are getting a discount here. He needs 5 rebounds to hit this. He needs 5 assists to hit that. That's 10. He only needs 9 to clear this. Over his last 2 games back from injury, he's giving you 4 rebounds, which hooks it, but they're there. And he's giving you 5 and 6 assists over these 2 games. I like that. Why do I like him under on his points and under on his fantasy score? Because I don't think he's going to get full run tonight. I can't see the Phoenix Suns risking him re-aggravating something right before the All-Star break, derailing the debut of Durant, that core of Durant, Paul, and Booker, Ayton. You need all 4 of those guys to be healthy. So I see him playing in or around those 25 to 28 minutes, 29 minutes tonight versus the Sacramento Kings. He's been giving you under 30 minutes these last 2 games, being back from injury. 25 and 26. They didn't even ramp him up that much. There's no ascension here. So maybe we're looking at 27. I can't see this going over 30. It limits his upside. It limits his shot volume, and I don't think he hits 26 points tonight or 37 fantasy score. So that's what I like for Devin Booker. We don't usually play a lot of unders here, but these are a couple of unders that caught my eye. All right, let's see. Moving on to another game. Let's talk quickly about the Los Angeles Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. So injury news coming out of Golden State, I'm sure, or some load management. I did like I did like Paul George over on his points because they were at 22.5. We were getting pretty good odds on that one. Now they've dropped to 21. Scares me a little bit, but I still like Paul George over on his 3-pointers made over 2.5. 2 Clippers that I do like tonight are Terrence Mann over his 9.5 points, 16.5 rebounds and assists. And I do like the points for Marcus Morris Sr. over 11.5 points. These lines have not moved. I like them still. Oh, actually, Terrence Mann did move from 17.5 to 16.5. So slight bump down, but I still like this. I think Terrence Mann especially still sees his run. Even if Golden State rolls out some reserves tonight, I could possibly see Kawhi sitting. If Kawhi sits or George sits, these numbers get bumped up so fast. So that's why I like them. I think they're a little too low considering the game environment. And then it's just no one to like on the other side because we don't know what's going on in Golden State. Washington and Portland, we got Porzingis up on the board. Haven't dug too much into this. He is coming off a back-to-back. He has one more game this week. That's 3 games in 1 week right before the All-Star break. Could we see him possibly rest tonight or see a limited role? Remains to be seen. On the Portland side, these are all fine. I like Drew Eubanks over his points tonight. I don't mind his fantasy points either. You know, if Jeremy Grant sits again tonight, this is another place you could look. But I do like Drew Eubanks over on his points. Not playing a lot in this game, as you can see, but I'll continue to dig and research and see if anything does stand out. Getting you 1 assist, basically 1 assist a game, and over his last 5, he's getting you close to 9 rebounds. So that would be 10 rebounds and assists, and his rebounds and assists prop is set to 9.5. Means he needs 10. So that line is pretty sharp. Yeah. All right. Quickly, let's talk about the thumbnail. Mr. Grayson Allen. Hate him, love him or hate him, doesn't matter. We're not asking him to do your taxes, right? We're not asking him to come over and babysit your children. We're asking him to get us 9 points tonight against a depleted reserve unit team of Boston Celtics. And we're looking for him to get over 14.5 PRA. It's possible that some more news comes out of this game that Giannis sits or Drew sits because the Boston Celtics are not rolling out their top lineup. Coach Bud maybe thinks he can win this game without Giannis on the court. If that happens, like I said, these lines get bumped up. I like Allen over both of these tonight. Good opportunity, great game environment. No Marcus Smart. He's been shooting the ball poorly lately as well. That's one thing that I noticed about him in picking some of his props in the second half is just how bad he has been shooting the ball. I mean, not bad, but look. 1 of 3, 4 of 11, 2 of 6. He's not taking a lot of shots. I mean, he's not making a lot of shots. Like, these 2 games are great. 11 and 11. We need him around that 9 or 8. Give us 4 out of 9. He needs to knock down his threes too. Did it against LA. Didn't do it against the Clips. Did it against the Lakers. Didn't do it against Portland. Didn't do it against the Clippers here. Everybody hits threes on Miami. But all the bodies being out for the Celtics looks good for Grayson Allen. So I like these 2 props for him. So much, in fact, that I've locked him in already on 2 pick powers, teaming him up with Paul George and De'Aaron Fox. So more slips to come from me. I'm just gonna create a few extra slips, but those are the 2 that I wanted to lock in because I do feel there's a chance that those get bumped up for Allen at some point today if we get more news out of that game. And then lastly, let's spend a couple of minutes talking about this taco, Pascal Siakam, and the reason I like it. Now, I don't always like tacos, Taco Tuesday props. I love tacos, by the way, but not Taco Tuesday props all the time. But this line was already getting a lot of play on the over. Pascal Siakam, points, rebounds, and assist. Minus 120 to go over at 37.5, and now it's dropped to 32.5. I think this is a good spot, a very friendly spot for Pascal Siakam. I didn't like it at 37.5. I like it at 32.5. I'll be putting this into a couple of slips as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a final look into today's slate. And I still think there is a lot more news to come today with All-Star Weekend on the horizon. We probably will get more updates on people sitting. Keep your eyes out in Golden State and Milwaukee if more stars decide to take the night off. But thank you so much for sticking around, checking this video out, talking some NBA props over on Prizepicks. Drop me a comment below letting me know who you have locked in, who you have your eyes on, who you're excited to play tonight. Also let me know in the comments below what you think about my look into these games and the props that I'm rolling with and that I'm the highest on. Leave me a comment below. Tell me if you like them, if you love them, if you hate them, or if you want to leave them alone. Thanks again for just stopping by, chilling out with me, talking props, helping my little channel grow really, really big in such a short amount of time. Thank you so much for the support. And until tomorrow's early look and research video, Chavez is